Hello, my fellow tennis lovers. Welcome to Swinging with Sam. So, my name is Samora. I'm out in South Africa, Joburg to be specific. So, I kind of had an idea to start a channel like this, to just talk anything tennis related, like literally anything, any kind of material that I can find online. I'm interested. Anybody talking about tennis in any corner of the world. So, if you guys are anything like me, you are interested to hear just from anybody, any tennis opinion that anybody's got around the world. I don't care where you are. You might be somewhere in Uganda, Kampala. You might be somewhere in Perth, Australia, Canberra, Australia, New Zealand, America, England, anything. I don't care. As long as you're talking tennis and whatever you're saying kind of makes sense, I'm interested. You know. So so that's me. I just yeah. So my idea is to just talk tennis. I don't care if one person hears this or two or a million people. All I'm interested in is to kind of get people's opinions about all sorts of different tennis related articles, tennis related opinions, tennis related anything essentially. So that's yeah, so that's me. So I mean as time goes by, of course, I will kind of try to clean this up, clean my delivery, give you better, I don't know, lighting and all sorts of things. But for now, all I want to do is just talk about tennis. And currently, of course, the big deal is Wimbledon. So a couple of days ago, probably about 5 or 6 days ago, I kind of made predictions before the draw came out. I had, in my mind, I had about seven, in my opinion, I had about seven guys that could possibly derail Novak Djokovic's path to his eighth Wimbledon. So the draw is out. So I obviously then want to kind of recap and have a look back and review some of my choices for the guy. Some of the choices that I had made or predicted to possibly, take the crown from the GOAT Novak Djokovic this coming Wimbledon, which incidentally starts tomorrow. So yeah, without further ado, I want to just look back at some of the names. I mean, so I had some of the older guys, two of the older guys that could possibly win this whole thing, and that was Stan Wawrinka, that was Andy Murray, and some of the younger guys. I had Stefanos Tsitsipas, I had Sasha Boblik, and possibly Nick Kyrgios, and the two very young ones, 20-year-olds right now, Olga Rune, and the other one happens to be the number one ranked player in the world, Alcaraz. So I had a quick look at the draw, and yeah, just tracked what could possibly be their paths. All of these seven players above mentioned, what could be their paths to possibly winning the whole thing. So I made a couple of notes here. So let's start with Alcaraz. So Alcaraz in the first round has got Jeremy Chardy. So I mean, Chardy has been kind of anonymous in the past 2 3 years. He's a decent player from France, but kind of anonymous. So that shouldn't pose a problem for Alcaraz. Second round, he's got Rinda Kinish. Rinda Kinish is also a decent French player, obviously much younger than Shadi. So that probably won't be a cakewalk for him. But yeah, I would still, if I was a betting man, I'd still bet on Alcaraz taking that out. Okay, and then on the third round, he's got Nicolas Jerry, tall. I think he's a Chilean guy, very good player. But once again, I don't see Alcaraz stumbling there. Right, so that's basically what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do just 3 rounds for all of the 7 players and see who they could come up with, who they could come up against, and what their path ultimately could be to the final match of the tournament if they get there. So number 2, Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas has got a humongous blockbuster game in the first round against Dominic Thiem, and I believe I'm not sure actually. I was about to say they're decent friends. I know that's Zverev and Thiem. Tsitsipas and Thiem, I'm not sure, but that's gonna be a hell of a match, I can tell you right now, for free. As a first round match, that's going to attract a lot of spectators. That's going to be a big block. I hope they give them one of the show courts at least, or take it all the way up to center court. That would be a brilliant watch. I'm definitely going to be watching that. That's I'll kind of pencil that one out as the match to watch in the first round. So Tsitsipas has got quite a tough draw, unfortunately for him. So if he makes it out of that first round, he's got Andy Murray in the second round, possibly. I mean, that's obviously if Andy Murray makes it out of his first round. So he's got Andy Murray. And right now, I would probably say for me, that's just a flip of a coin who might win that second round match. If he makes it out of that, he's got Ben Shelton, this young American lefty who's playing incredibly well in the tour. So unfortunately, it's not getting any easier for him. So Tsitsipas has got his work cut out, and as a result, I see it's highly unlikely that he would progress too far in the draw. Next up is Kyrgios. Kyrgios is a dark horse. Dark horse, you never know with this guy, you know? You really never know with this guy. He's been plagued with injuries in the past couple of months. But when it comes to grass, he loves it. He plays well, of course. Like I said in the other video, he's got the weapons to be very good in grass. He's got Goffin, or Goffine, however you pronounce his name, Belgian guy, small guy, crafty player. But I think Kyrgios should have too many weapons for him. After Goffin, the second round, he's got Baez. Baez shouldn't pose a problem for him. But on the third round, he possibly could be locking horns with Rublev. Yeah, that's going to be big. That's going to be interesting watch. Let's see how that goes with Kyrgios. Djokovic. Rise. Okay, maybe I should finish with Djokovic. Let's see. What did I have next on my list? Okay, Rune. He's got Lofhagen. I don't know who that is. But that shouldn't pose a problem for him. I don't know who that is. I think it's a lower ranked player. I don't really have too much information on him. Got Caballas Baena in the second round. So good player, good clay player. Shouldn't pose a problem for Rune. In the third round, however, this is where things really get interesting for the youngster. He's got Davidovich Fokina. Now, Davidovich Fokina, kind of like all three of them, Rune, Alcaraz, and Davidovich Fokina, they kind of like were the next big thing in the youngsters, in the juniors. So they were really doing very, very well together at the same time in the junior circuit. So they should probably know each other quite well. They should know their games quite well. They both kind of like explosive personality. Davidovich Fokina constantly throwing himself about on the court, and quite a lively character. Rune, as we know, just the small things just make him burst out, start acting crazy. So that should be an interesting one. I would bet on Rune taking that out and going to the round of 32. Sasha Bublik. Sasha Bublik has got Mackenzie McDonald first. Mackenzie McDonald, very good American player, kind of up and down over the years. The form that Sasha Bublik is showing should be a cakewalk for him. It should be a walk in the park for him, I believe. And all of these predictions are just predictions, right? So it's my opinion. Obviously, you always get some instances when after the fact, after the matches have been played, you look completely like an idiot. Just now, Sasha Bublik gets 6-love, 6-1, 6-2 by Mackenzie McDonald. So you never know. But these predictions are obviously based on something, not just out of the air. He has been in good form. He's just won a tournament recently. So it should definitely be easy for him. He's got JJ Wolf in the second round. Third round, he's got Felix Auger-Aliassime. Also, difficult match for him. Difficult match. All of these third rounds matches look, overall in Wimbledon, you're never going to get a really easy match. But I mean, the form guide will give you some kind of guidance as to what might happen. But with Felix, Felix, I mean, solid player on all different surfaces. You should, I should give him a hard time, but I back old Bublik to win that one. Probably maybe in 4 sets, 4 to 5 sets. Now Murray, what has Murray got? Murray's got his fellow British player in the first round, Peniston, the youngster. Murray should win that. All of his experience in Wimbledon, all of his experience in the top of the game, on the men's game. So he should take that. And like I said, on the second round, he's got Tsitsipas. Yeah, that's a really flip of a coin, that, with Tsitsipas. I really cannot, with any certainty, say either of the players is going to win that one. I really could not be sure at this point. That's a very even match in my opinion. And then obviously if he passes that test, he will have Ben Shelton on the third round. Last but not least, the Joker himself, Djokovic. What's his path looking like? He's got Kachin in the first round. Kachin, I've seen him a couple of times on the tour. Not too really sure what he brings to the table. But, I for sure know what Novak Djokovic brings to the table. Shouldn't have a problem with that. Second round, he's got the Australian Thompson. So you guys know that professional tennis, any kind of tennis, right? Even in the lower level tier tennis, sometimes it's all about matchups. Now this guy Thompson, he's got the perfect game for Djokovic. He's like cannon fodder. His game is like cannon fodder for Djokovic. Very easy, the kind of style that Djokovic loves. Just a simple two-hander. He's got no really big weapons. Likes to play from the back of the court. He's a rallier. He's really, whatever he does, Djokovic does like 3 or 4 times better. So he's definitely got nothing to hurt Djokovic with. Now here's a blast from the past. Mr. Wawrinka. Wawrinka will possibly have Djokovic in the third round. Now, how big would that match be? That is going to be an absolutely solid match to watch. There's two giants of the modern game. Wawrinka, obviously, when he's on form, he's absolutely solid player. And Djokovic will have his hands, no doubt in my mind, will have his hands full. I heard in the past that a lot of people have predicted that, Wawrinka would probably win multiple slams on his favorite surface, the clay on the surface that's best suited for his game, clay. But I think is could possibly grass be very close behind that as his favorite surface, because he's got that chip return, chips his return, forehand, backhand. So that works nicely on grass, and then from then onwards, obviously, then just goes over his beautiful backhand, and he's got a good serve as well for the grass. So not sure about his movement now. Now that he's getting old, a little bit older, and is injury prone, so his movement might not be the best anymore. But he's got Djokovic in the third round, so that's also that match. Uh, Murray versus what's his name? Murray versus Tsitsipas. Murray versus Tsitsipas. Those are really, really huge matches. But yeah, so let's see how it goes. So like I said, it's starting tomorrow. I really cannot wait. I'm super excited. I'm going to be catching as much of it as possible. And yeah, and then I'll just give you my opinion on what has since transpired and how some of my predictions have gone. Way off or completely accurate. Time will tell. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. Peace. See you.